What's up, guys? It's your girl Riva, and I'm back again with another video. If you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Riva. It's very nice to meet you. Before we get into this video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. And as I always say, make sure you guys leave your comments in the comment section down below. It does not matter how you feel about this video. We all want to talk about it. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow my Instagram. It's at RIVAH_JORDON. And we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the video. I absolutely love when Kevin Samuels and the lead attorney team up. They always have really good conversations. So let's just go ahead and see, based on the title, how this conversation is gonna go.
Thank you so much for coming up, Kevin. I really appreciate it, man.
Hey. So let's start a couple of things. One,
Okay.
if I throw something out of my house in the mail or in the trash, it is established that once it's out on the curb, process servers, police, private detectives, anyone can pick through it.
Talk about it.
But if it's in my mailbox, that's a federal crime for you to go after the same property.
True.
That's number one. Number two, getting bad medical advice doesn't make a person liable. We're from the South. People eat red dirt. How many bad home remedies are people responsible for? What we do know is we had a man use a condom, which is a contraceptive device used to reduce risk of sexually transmitted disease and curb risk of possible pregnancy. That's what we do know. We do know he had consensual sex and he went to do what he thought, chose, or whatever to do with his DNA, his material. It was thrown away in a trash can in his home. It wasn't on the curb. It wasn't in the street. We don't know what Mr. Arbery was going to do with that material after that woman left.
I like this point of view because we've all heard about this story on social media and stuff like that, and that's a very, very valid point. Like, in one aspect, that's stealing. Like, you literally taking something without somebody knowing from their own home. That is stealing. You know what I'm saying? And I also have my own opinion on one section of the story, but I'm just gonna let them continue to talk, and then I'll interject.
So her going into the trash can and doing whatever she chose to do, you can't assume any malice of forethought with my client. What if he was going to go back and retrieve it and, I don't know, put it in a think chest or a time capsule?
Kevin, he said that he put hot sauce in the condom to kill the sperm.
Well, yeah, maybe so. Maybe he got bad medical advice.
And
I had a physician that told me that I had a tumor when I actually had stage 3 Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Jesus.
Happens every time. Medical malpractice, bad medical advice does not mean that. Why he's not the doctor. How many people are in jail right now because they got bad legal counsel?
Facts. Facts. Although a lot of those people did shoot their neighbor, but I see what you're saying. Here's the thing. He also said that he put. It's not the fact that the sperm did or did not die from the hot sauce so much, but the reason that he put the hot sauce in the condom is because he said that he thought that the woman might try to put the contents of the condom inside of her, right?
When did he say that?
He said that in this article, and I can let me share my screen just to kind of pull it up.
So he's saying that he had multiple reasons: one, to kill the evidence, to kill the DNA, and two, because he was booby trapping.
Well, here's the thing.
Because it's a booby trap. That's what it is.
It's right. That's what it's a booby trap. It really is, guys. And now,
it's a booby trap. If he actually said that he made a booby trap, then he's legally responsible.
Yeah, he didn't say he made a booby trap. He didn't know, but yeah, he didn't say he made a booby trap. But he did say that he wanted to kill the sperm, and he wanted to kill the sperm because the woman might try to put the sperm inside of her. Okay. So he knew that the woman might try to put the contents of the condom inside of her.
This is chicken or egg, lead. How do we know which is more important? All we got to do is presume 51% that he did it to kill the sperm. Then the other 49 is after the fact. It's kind of like the officer pulling you over to ask you for an ID, and you ask him what's the reasonable articulable suspicion of pulling me over, and he throws you in jail for failure to ID. It's a secondary charge. What Drake did with the hot sauce trying to kill the sperm, trying to booby trap, is it the first charge or is it the secondary?
But the thing is, right, this is my biggest question. Since I've heard of this story, the number one thing that's been in my mind is, did it not change colors? Like, that's number one. Like, did it not change? Like, did you not have any idea that there was something else in there? Like, was it clear hot sauce? Because I don't understand how you would look at something like that and not it doesn't have like a scent, or it doesn't have like, a different color or something. Like, how?
The law says it doesn't matter. The law says once you make a booby trap, there are no booby traps in this country.
That's why I said if he said that, I don't know who his legal counsel is, but if he said that, then booby traps are illegal.
Yeah. And he didn't say that he didn't say that he made a booby trap. He just made it. All right, he just made it. He spiked this condom with a substance that was going to irritate and injure a woman's privates, knowing that the woman had a high probability of putting the contents of the condom inside of her, which was why he put the caustic material in the condom in the first place.
You see, I don't know who his counsel is, but that was bad. He shouldn't have said that, because there's case law where people have had their properties or their businesses burglarized, and owners have, like in New York, I want to say that people were coming in from the roof. So the owner basically made makeshift medieval kind of spikes. So when they dropped down from the roof inside of his property, they would be injured. He actually ended up having to pay because he created a booby trap.
Exactly.
Now, him creating the booby trap and him admitting, if Drake had not admitted that he did it for that secondary reason, he could actually claim plausible deniability. But if he said that, it's a booby trap. He's pretty much screwed at this point.
Yeah, let me read what it says right here. Again, this is the article here, and it says that the woman, the model, used the bathroom after Drake and then proceeded to pour the contents of the condom into her genitalia. Mm-hmm. She immediately experienced a burning sensation and started to scream, causing Drake to run into the bathroom to see what was going on. He then told the model that he poured hot sauce from a packet into the rubber to try to kill the sperm should the model try to get pregnant from the artist.
So now I want to put, unless we have Drake's sworn statement that's what he did, this is hearsay.
It's absolutely hearsay. It's from an article, right?
I don't even know. Like, I feel like the whole situation might be hearsay. I don't know if this at all has to do with him at all. Like, I don't know if he's come out and said that he was a part of this situation. Like, I genuinely don't know. Like, I feel like we're all talking about this, but he's never come out and had like an interview or talked about it at all.
I'm just saying, and I know, I would, as long as we don't have Drake saying he did it for that reason, he can wiggle through this one, because even in the court of public opinion, would this be a civil matter or a criminal matter?
Well, it depends, right? Because she's saying that she was injured. Now, most likely it's going to be civil. People are saying, well, let's be honest, like no police department is going to arrest Drake for this, right?
So it's going to likely be a civil matter.
That's exactly right.
Preponderance of the evidence. There's ways to get around this, because here's the thing. Just like I know, especially, are there juries in civil trials?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, give you enough men on there who want to stand. Come on. This lady has a higher burden. As long as Drake doesn't admit out of his mouth, as long as he puts that finger over his lips and don't get his ego involved. Because think about it the other way. The precedents that this would set, that not only must you use a condom and protect yourself, you must also go to stage 4 biohazard level precautions to get rid of your own DNA. What are we telling men out here in the dating environment?
But another question is, how come it didn't make it to the toilet? Like, how come this wasn't flushed away? Like, how was this even accessible? Unless it was a situation trying to see like what type of person she is. You know what I'm saying? And if that were the case, to see what kind of person she is, this is actually a horrible situation, because she's literally portraying herself to be what he assumed that she would be.
Listen though, Kevin, listen to what we talked about, because let's assume that he gets this woman pregnant, and just ballpark, let's assume he has to pay $20,000 a month for 18 years. Somebody added that up, and it was like $4.3 million. Now, shouldn't you have to go to, what do you say, stage 4 buyer hazard when you have $4.3 million on the line?
No,
You shouldn't.
because I'll tell you why.
Okay,
Because that means we're saying some children are worth more than others in this country.
they are.
Well, I know, but under the law, we don't have laws for rich and poor. I mean, I get what you're saying. So we're saying that if you were a more successful man, I mean, the guy, I also recall him, a part of this article, that he was very much into getting consent.
Yes.
Then the government, if we're going to prosecute men of the country this way, then we need guidelines from the government on how this Me Too shit is out of control. We're going to need we're going to need laws. We're going to need federal direction and state direction how men are supposed to approach women.
Yeah, and it seems like exactly right what you were saying, that he was very explicit about getting consent, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But these laws do not protect us as men when it comes to our sperm. And I talked. Go ahead.
Well, this is when we as men have to protect each other on the juries, like women do. I mean, this is going to come down to, if it went to court, it will go down to, if it's going to be a jury, it's going to come down to jury selection and an argument. As long as Drake doesn't admit, we have it in a court of preponderance of evidence and public opinion. His
Right.
public persona is not one of, he doesn't have a real bad history with women. And we also have to understand that we're on the other side of the Me Too pendulum. We're starting to go back to where, not back, but men are kind of getting tired of having to do all of this. Yes. What are we telling the men? So any judge would also be careful in understanding what these rulings and things would mean. So I think it's an interesting case, because if it went against Drake, you think the Mike Pence rule was extreme?
Yeah.
You think the Mike Pence rule was extreme? What are we ultimately telling men? Don't have sex with women unless you're married and willing to pay the cost, however a child is conceived.
That's exactly right. And, and I talked about the worst type of child support case that involves male children, 13-year-old boys, 12-year-old boys who are victims of assault, victims of rape. Mm-hmm. And they're violators. 20-year-olds, 24-year-olds will get pregnant, and those boys will be on child support, right?
Wow.
Even boys, young boys, are not protected in this country when it comes to these issues, right?
Well, I would say that we have to be, that's true. You can have a teacher prey on a student and then end up on child support when he reaches 18. Eventually, I'm just saying, what are we going to do? Keep backing men into a corner to where 30% of men are going to be virgins by age of 30. A certain amount of men are already locked out effectively of the mating and marriage market. The men who are already in there are hearing the horror stories. And what we don't see is a one-to-one response. These women need to start understanding men are not to, at what point are we telling men that you are just to be used and abused by the system? I mean, do we expect men to not defend themselves?
Yeah. Once you start saying that boys who are victims of rape, have to get on child support when they reach the age of majority, you're really showing how much you value men, masculinity, and manhood and boyhood in this country.
And so we already know that the lead attorney is an attorney. So I absolutely love the conversation that they're having, based off of his, prior experience and stuff like that. But I think this is just a crazy situation. Like, there's so many questions I have about the exact situation. Like, why, like I said, wasn't it flushed away? Why did he even have to go to that extreme? If it was just to see the type of person that she is, that is a different situation. But also it's like they're saying, like, where is the trust? Like, how will these men be able to date effectively, to even find wives out there? Not that that's probably what the situation was, but I'm just saying, for example, when they're literally disposing of the contents, and you're going in trying to do like what we see, like I don't remember what the movie was, but like, getting the turkey baster and the this and the that, and trying to put those contents into yourself to get a check. Like, That's so insane. Like, that's so insane. And again, that is stealing. Like, because you're in his home, you're taking something without his knowledge of you doing that from his home. And then worse, like, there does have to be some kind of something put in place where if somebody is trying to trap you with a child or trying to get a child from you and you're not consenting as the man, there has to be something in place to protect you, right? Because like as women are completely protected when it comes to getting a child, child support, financial support, whatever the case is. But men also need that protection when they did not consent to this. I could see if he did not have any, contraceptive device on. He didn't have anything on and he was just doing something and she got pregnant. That's one thing. But if you're taking the necessary step to protect yourself and then this person is like literally trying to steal from you to take this and then make a baby from it, that I feel like that alone should be a crime. And that's just me being 100%. Because if somebody is taking something from you to trap you the other way to get a baby from you, that should be a crime. So this is my first time seeing this video. I am going to go ahead and link the video in the description box because this isn't the full video, so you guys can go ahead and watch the whole entire thing on the Lee's page. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I really, really want to hear you guys' opinions. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not following me on Instagram, follow my Instagram. It's at RIVAH_JORDON. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Mwah! Love you.